Hello and welcome. This is Ksenia Guide Slide, and I'm inviting you to my YouTube channel and join me today. We are going to be talking about releasing fear, steps, and techniques, how to achieve that. But I want to start with just setting the space a little bit. Just taking a deep breath and connect to your heart. Welcome. And we are opening channel to download some information and more insights about what's going on with our planet and all these planetary events. So as you all know, we have the 7 planets aligning right now around the Earth, and easily visible with all the apps and all the tools. So I was in the morning thinking about what is going on with Earth, why we are getting into this threshold of where we switching, and then it dawned on me that we are changing poles. So if we know the north and south poles are going to be shifting, and it's already happening, the transitions happening right now. And so this all makes sense as we are shifting out of the old version of our society, our civilization. We ancient times, so right, all this volcanoes, waters, floods, fires, all the natural disaster, all the political and wars, and all this humanity is just becoming more and more visible and clear that how past millennia, thousands of years, how we lived as a society, how it was all controlling and based on luck and scarcity, scare mentality, control, enslavement, all those, controlling energies were present here, and now we're shifting out of it. So we are awakening, and we're transforming and transmuting into the higher dimensions, higher energy. So for us as a humans, I was tapping into the seeing what it is, what is this changing of poles does bring to us. What does it mean for us as humans to be changing back? So what I was getting in the morning that so we're flipping upside down, but actually it's already happened 700 million years ago, whatever. So it's already flipped. So we are actually upside down right now. And when the poles will shift, we actually will be right side up. So we're going back. So after the previous shift, it's reversed their energies, dynamics, and that's why right now we have all this masculine and feminine energies misunderstood and misrepresented. And now later, when we are complete the transformation into and shift into poles will shift, then we're going to come back into the right order. So for us as humans to prepare to maneuver or to navigate the storm, to be able to be in the eye of the storm, become fear, become the peace in the midst of the chaos, we need to do the work, the healing, and to just practice in the right state of mind, right? Practice in self-love, practice in open heart, open mind. And so we're going to be talking about what are the steps, what are the actions we can take into shifting out of the scarcity, out of the fear modes, and into more in flow, more positive and calm state of mind and body. And so it helps us to grow and evolve and shift together with the earth as we are releasing densities, and that help us to become more higher frequency and capable of holding more higher frequency. That how we can hold ourselves when we feel more safe and secure in our body, and we can download more and more higher self and be more present and aware. That requires the body be on a certain frequency to hold this energy. And so, of course, I pulled some cards. So the first step for their overcoming fear. So the most holding back reason is a fear that we're scared for our life, for our well-being. We're scared of unknown. We're scared of success. We're scared of, actually doing things that we want. Scared of being seen or being everything. Like we just scared. And of course, our subconscious mind is just trying to keep us safe. So we again learning that self-love and self-understanding, and not again blaming ourselves for being scared, and then not recreating that vicious cycle. So I'm going to be working on this. I'm kind of getting that as maybe a little short program, and eventually I started kind of putting it together just now. And so we're just gonna go as it unfolds. So for today is like our opening, overcoming fear session, right? So the first step is our healing heart and power self-love. So I will be posting this questionnaire of I will call it self-love, self-talk evaluation. So this is the idea of kind of evaluate yourself, your subconscious mind and your mindset to understand where you're at. So the way how you talk to yourself, how you use words to diminish yourself or punish yourself, or stop yourself from doing things. So I'll give you a little bit of the outline of that quiz that I will be creating the link, and I will post it here in my Instagram. It's free to just take a look and see where you're standing at, to realize oh wow, I've been down on myself. So there will be a 4 question, real quick, real easy, really just to get you an idea. So on a scale of 0 to 100, how often do you say I am stupid, dumb, lazy, I'm an idiot, I'm fool, retarded, whatever you call yourself, to diminish your mind? So how often do you say that to yourself, about yourself? And then second question is, how often do you say I am sick, I'm tired, I'm dying, I'm dead, I'm crazy, I'm cursed, I'm bad luck, I'm broken, I'm damaged, all that, talking about your body, diminishing your body, I'm fat, I'm ugly, all this physical appearances. So how often do you say it to yourself? Again, showing you the level of self-love, and then opening opportunity to working on increasing it, of course. And the third question is, so how often do you say I am incapable, never gonna do it, can't do it, I don't know how to, it's not for me, I'm not wired for that, don't want to do it, I won't be able to achieve, all this self-limiting beliefs that are coming up. when we have idea to do something, we kind of start something, maybe a little bit scary but exciting, and then this voice comes in saying all this limiting and limiting beliefs that keeps you stuck and stagnant and back to square one. All right. So, and the fourth question is, in what situation do you usually do this? Like, in what situations triggering you to have a negative self-talk? When you're angry, arguing, or if it's when something doesn't work out, like this perfectionism, that's like self-blame, or maybe like people pleasing. So this moment, or is it just casual, no reason, like just normal way how you talk to yourself. So after counting the points and getting the results, so we have like not often, sometimes more than I wanted to or would love to, and the third one is all the time. And so for a very not often group of people who gets that result is congratulations, right? You're already more aware, you're already more accepting and loving to yourself. It's just a few more things like self-control, self-discipline, and understanding what's triggering you, and then how body reacts, or like how your mind has some kind of wiring that jumps into that state of not loving yourself and like self-blame. So there's just practicing this self-forgiveness and acceptance and letting go of the blame, allowing mistakes. People not perfect, right? We're just humans. We're just doing our best. So there's no need of being hard on ourselves, and continuing practicing self-love and self-acceptance and healthy boundaries and open heart. For the group of sometimes more than I would love to. So you're doing great, just remembering just you are just humans, and sometimes our feelings and emotions takes over, and that's where we need to be working on, is spending more time with this practice and self-control, discipline, and detachments from emotional connection. So not allowing feelings to overtake you in the stressful situations where you just giving into the fear, and then fear triggers different reactions and actions that are not really helpful for anybody. So for this group, we would practice taking your power back, learning the discipline and self-control, learning the love and forgiveness to self and others, and letting go of fear, blame, shame, victimhood, victim mode, and just again practicing self-love and monitoring thoughts and changing, rewiring how we talk to ourselves. And the third group, they're like the toxic ones who are all the time talking bad, talking shit to us, to ourselves, Those people need help. Okay, seriously, help yourself as you would help someone you love. Be your own friend. You have to learn to love and accept yourself, respect yourself, and you can earn this, grow that love, sense of love and self-respect by treating yourself better. So again, our mind is a computer. We just need to reprogram it and doing things differently, changing how we react, how we talk, how we phrase, how we use words. Again, this helps in rewiring, and eventually, after some maybe a certain time practicing, will help to just your brain stops, your mind stops coming back to negative self-talk in difficult situations, and gets resourceful with ideas how to overcome instead of just like giving up and talking bad and not doing anything actually. So yeah, this is gonna be great. So I'm gonna create that quiz questionnaire for you guys to be able to look at it and like analyze yourself and see where you're at. So this is going to be a first step of overcoming fears, and it's a healing, self-healing, healing heart, and it's power of self-love. So everything starts with ourselves. So we start with loving ourselves first, and that will bring us, to the next steps. And so I'm just gonna go over our outline that I made for those steps, and then in future videos we're gonna kind of open each step with different techniques, and then work it through. So the next step would be creating space with the object of the fear. So generally it's going to be a general guided meditations. But what is this talking about? Sometimes we tend, not sometimes, all the time, human identify with labels, identify with like objects and feelings and achievements. So, for example, that's how feelings and emotions are connected to how we feel, how like our energy fields going on, because we identify with how we feel. Makes sense? Okay, let me repeat that. So when we identify with the feeling and emotion, instead of being always me and centered awareness of light and love, we identify with sad, with sick, with tired, and then we become it. With angry, with like frustrated, and we become anger, we become frustration and losing sight of ourself, our light, and then we become that emotions, that fear. For example, for the fear, like if we scared of not having enough money or scared of doing something, going somewhere, so we become that fears, we become the emotion, the fear, and it's overcoming that, overtaking the body. And then like when you and fear are one, there's no you anymore, and then that's why you cannot act, you cannot do anything, because fear is becoming you, taking control. So we're learning to take control back by creating space between the feeling, the thought, the fear, and you. There's a different techniques how to do it, meditation, visualization, different ways how to really create that space. So the goal of this exercise is to have that object. For example, I was scared of not having enough money in my bank account, so that I like lose my house and can't pay my bills, and then gonna go live under the bridge, become homeless, because I wouldn't be able to let it. The fear was so bad, so like I would always stress out, like when money comes in, if like my bills are piling up and I have to like, that was terrible. It was like taking all my energy off, and just I was worrying all the time if I have enough money to pay bills, instead of really like seeing that I do have enough. And it's just like creating the space and understanding that the fear of not having enough is not real, because based on experience from day one up to now, I always had enough. It always worked out, always something came up. So the fear doesn't have any basis, because nothing never happened. So even if there were some kind of like delays or difficulties with finances, in general, everything worked out. Maybe there was different way how it worked out, not the way how I thought it will be, or not the way the things I wanted it to go, but in eventually everything working out. So creating space between you knowing that you are love, you are light, and everything working out for you. God gave you that, like already abundance. Everything is in abundance in life, on earth, and our mind creates limitations or absence of abundance by having fears. So how do we create space? For example, I knew that like I have my paycheck, I have my like different incomes, and then I have my bills, and that's not me. It's not me, and then nothing with me. I was like so delusional about knowing that who I am and what I am is nothing to do with the bills and the monies and anything else in physical and tangible. So just getting the space in where you know who you are. And so the first step again is to get the self-love. So when you love yourself, when you know who you are, you know that you were guided, you know that you're supported, you know that you're here for a reason and you will be provided, then you can say, okay, this fear is illegitimate, illegible, not legit, not legit. This is not legit fear because it doesn't have any base. There is no confirmations in the past that actually the fearful thing that I was scared, afraid of, will happen before. So again, this fear was keeping me small to kind of be safe, right? So if I stay where I am, I don't put my head out there and I don't get in trouble. And so like not, like if I don't have money and I was like, if I don't spend anything, I was thinking like I need to stop spending to have more money. I need to stop not spending. But the truth is the more you spend, the more you receive. So again, my mental, my subconscious money blocks and limitations and self blocks, and they were creating this reality of this not having enough money, or like whatever, all this turmoil in my head. And like actually everything always worked out, but in my head, every like week before paycheck, or like when I'm like getting short, or like I'm gonna start getting feared, but I know it's coming. So again, working on your mind, working on looking at your thoughts, looking at your fears, and understanding that this is not, doesn't have any basis. There's not real. So this, you can place this object, this fear, see it as like a rock, and you can place it on a shelf and say, okay, yes, sometimes I feel that anxiety or fear about the money, but right now, at this now moment, I have everything I need and there's nothing to worry about. In every now moment, I will have everything I need. And then I let go of this thought of attachment, of this like somebody is like sucking my energy out of me just because I was constantly thinking in the back of my head about, will I have enough? Will I have enough? Will I get enough? Can I do this? Can I do that? And so creating space just gives you this kind of breath. And then when you do have the space between the thought, the idea, the belief, and you, and so you can observe it from the higher perspective. You can observe it and dismantle the beliefs. You can ask yourself, and this is the next step in the program, this dismantling beliefs. asking yourself, is it true to who I am? Is it true? I always believe that the world is full of abundance. Money is an energy and it's all over the place. We just have to, everybody already promised and have everything that they ever desire. They just only need to find the right vibration to match with your desires. But it's all here. It's all already exists. Nothing is like it's already here. You just need to find it. And then I know that like I'm abundant, but then the fears of not having enough money are not true to who I am. So, or is your fear true to who you are? Does this belief is aligning with your destiny? I know I destined for great, right? For the greater. I destined to help people, and how my belief of not having enough money is holding me back, how it's not in alignment where I want to go and what I want to do. Again, so this my understanding, my mind is understanding, okay, this is not what I want. Like this is not my choice. I'm not choosing to, kind of cut myself off of the greatness just because I'm scared. And then for the fears, again, does this beliefs comes from fear? Again, if you believe, for example, for money, that like money comes in hard through the hard work only, or like you have to like give up something, you have to pay, like money is evil, or like all this scarcity mindset beliefs that were implanted. For me, I'm from Eastern Europe, and yeah, we were grown on the implanted fears to keep us in line. To like the fear was the teacher. So of course, if it's based on fear, again, having that space and knowing the fear is not real, the fear is a response, is like it's like you had that programming, you have that experience, or somebody told you something, and then it creates an automatic response as a fear. And then whatever you do, this automatic response, like a window pops up of the spam, and then you can't get away from it, because whatever you click is the spam windows flashing fear, and don't go there. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. And so when you believe the spam flashing window, then okay, it's like my computer is broken, I can't do anything, I just stuck here on this fear window. And then yeah. And then you just understand that this belief, this fear, if how does it serve you? How does it keep you safe? Because all that your mind doing is trying to keep you alive. Even if it's doing it in a weird way, because it doesn't have awareness, it's just like it's like animal instinct, the third brain, that's animal brain, the wild one, is just surviving. And then our conscious mind, our like self-aware mind, is trying to be in control, but sometimes that fear overtakes because survival is more important. But again, if you don't know who is in control and who you really are, then you can believe the fear, to believe the ego that keeps you small, that wild primal brain can be in control. And so understanding that what the basic needs are satisfied or protected by that fear, what can we do to change it? How can we understand that by being scared to like spend something, spend extra, does not keep you safe, because if you not spend it on this thing, you spend it on another thing. So like, does it make sense? I think it should. I believe so. So yes, answering those questions and kind of getting these beliefs dismantled by understanding that they are silly, stupid, they are not making any sense, they're not helping you, and they just like keeping you lame and like all scared and not doing things that you really want, and that helps you to let go, to helps you to release that squeeze. Oh my God, I'm scared, I have to survive, I have to freeze. And then we understand, okay, like actually nothing bad happening, actually everything's working out, actually I'm good, all good, and releasing this fear, and then we can breathe in. And then we can rise up on a higher perspective when we have that space, when we have that understanding of like why the fear is here, what is here to do, and we have ideas how we can change it. We can get and connect to ourselves, and then we can kind of have this parallel comparison, right? Or the reality of the situation of the fear and your mind beliefs. So like finding like what's in your beliefs are not true and not aligned with actually what is. Because our mind, the human mind, is making us, sometimes it makes us see things certain way just because again of the subconscious, unconscious beliefs and ideas. So we sometimes might receive information and processes incorrectly with with an error, because our mind is fractured. Maybe we have like trauma, or we have unhealed, wounds, and so on. So yeah, this helps us to kind of create even safer space to detach, to have space from the feeling of fear to a love, and then it's creating the space that you are not the fear. Fear is here to protect you. You are not the anxiety. Anxiety is here to again protect you. And then when you understand, oh, it's just keeping me safe. Okay, so I'm not mad anymore. I'm not cursing myself. I'm not thinking I'm stupid or not normal. I just need different approach. And then you kind of realize like what's working for you. What do you need to feel comfortable? How do you need to, like align? For me, was helping budgeting and like writing it up so I can kind of, in my mind, I can see like I have enough for everything, nothing to worry about. So like even just having those like, okay, I have this and this and this, everything's taken care of, okay, I'm good. And then just moving on with my life and don't have to like, oh my God, when is my next like withdrawal on the bill? So taking those little steps to detach from emotions, detach from identifying with the emotion, whatever emotion it is. We're talking about fear now, but it applies with any emotion generally. And then the next steps, again, detaching from emotional connection. Okay, sometimes after the trauma, we have this like perception of some things, the situation, and we have attached emotion to it. So anytime when situations reoccurs in one way or another, we have this alarm going off, and that emotional connection, the emotion that attached to the situation will pop up and will again block the screen and have like warning signs that will stop you from continuing pursuing your goals, because you have that kind of emotional response to the situation. So again, learning how to detach those emotional responses. So we're taking away emotional aspects with the situation, basically just putting the situation like it's a third party, some other people going through this, and you just kind of analyze and observe, and this what happened, this happened because of this, those actions were made, and those are consequences, and this is just a longer term, or like those needs to be next steps, and how we're gonna overcome this. Just like pure logic, nothing emotional, nothing like it's not for you, like, okay. So you can detach yourself again from the situation, and that helps kind of be more neutral and more open to resolving issue, versus where we like all worked up in fear and we're just like drowning in those feelings and emotions. All right, and the next step, oh, I have a lot, okay. I need to finish it up. I think maybe we will leave the rest on for the next time. I think right now we're kind of good on like first we have already like 5 or 4 steps. So we have a self-talk evaluation, creating space, it's going to be guided meditation, dismantling beliefs. So we're going to be working through the questions and like analyzing the situation. And then a higher perspective, reality versus mind. And then we have detached emotions, right? 5 steps right now to help overcome fears, to help you find this connection with yourself, to help you release what is not true to you, and to help you feel more free, more in peace with yourself, more in alignment. And it helps when we are facing all these pole switches and all the planetary alignments and all the situations that's happening in the world. So yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up today's session. And I will be posting, I will add that questionnaire quiz, little quiz to self-evaluate. And then we will be talking more about, more in detail, maybe next would be creating space, right? So next episode, we will have this guided meditation on creating space. And yeah, let me know if there is certain feelings and desires you guys want to create space from. Yeah, basically I'm going to generally fear in general. And yeah, and then I've also I did the healing emotions, feelings and emotions series in Instagram. So I'm going to be posting some of those videos here as well, just to have it like handy if you feel called to tap into your emotions. That is a first step on the way of the rising, growing, and shifting into fifth dimension with our Earth. All right, and so let's complete this with a few cards. I have Divine Mother and Healing Earth. So this is a confirmation that you are guided, protected, and connected. And this is a calling for Earth, is calling for our help and support and assistance. And we're going to start with ourselves and start with self-love and self-help. And then when we are loving ourselves, we learn how to love others, and we can help others to love. And that's how we shift and create new collective where people all connected in love and peace, and everything's beautiful and amazing. Alrighty. Thank you for being here. A very interesting discussion. Thank you. Thank you. Check out my IG, Sacred Unity Communion. And it's me, Ksenia, and Ksenia Guides Light. And I'll see you all later.